So welcome back, everyone. My next guest has also been on with me once before. I have with me Michelle Noel, and she is an independent life insurance agent. Welcome back to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about you. Listen up, everyone. Everyone needs to listen, especially right now, I really think. Let's talk a little bit about you and what makes you so different than other people. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Carol, first off, for inviting me back. It's always a pleasure. I appreciate that. I think for me, my niche or my thing is I have a broad perspective. I have a mortgage background of 30 years. So being really plugged in and seeing a lot of the ups and downs and how the market has impacted a lot of families' lives and things of that nature. And then in the real estate, because I've been licensed as a real estate agent, still have my license active there. The impact again, the market. And I've had my life insurance license since '07, and it's something that I've been seeing all of the different aspects that go on with now COVID, right? Health issues that have happened, and where I, as a real estate agent who have been very strategic in taking care of my clients and getting into their perfect home, I have then seen them losing their home because of the health issues, because of finances. And I will say to anybody, and I will tell you 99 out of 100, they think that they have their world figured out, their financial world figured out. They do not.
Right, most of us don't.
They don't. I mean, it just, and my own personal experience, I lost wealth when the market crashed back in '07 through '09, lost several homes. And, when I look at the health aspects, of where things are, and, even just COVID. I mean, if you would have saw a video that I did back in October last year, I had no idea COVID was coming, but you would have thought that I knew. It's pretty powerful. So I look at, if we're forward thinkers, which we all should be, we should be looking at where are we, where are we as far as like taking care of our health. What do we not want to do as far as be a burden to our kids? I mean, I'm 54 years old. I definitely don't want to go through, I wouldn't want my kids to go through what I went through to take care of my dad. And he wasn't in a position, he didn't have anything in place as far as insurance. And a lot of people just don't know that life insurance has living benefits right now. And they're stuck. People don't want to even have the conversation about life insurance because they look at it as death insurance. And it's so much more than that. We're talking having the ability to take care of someone while you're still living, when you need it most, when life happens. We're talking living benefits that cover terminal illness. There are policies out there that some people say, well, I already have it, I have it through my employer. And I say, and now being the most influential time, you can't even rely on keeping that policy because you don't even know if you're going to have a job tomorrow. So we are our youngest and healthiest today, right? And people that get diagnosed with some sort of a terminal illness, and if they have in their policy, and if you read the fine print, which I've seen on some of these, they're saying 90 days for terminal illness that they'll pay out. And I'm thinking, you don't have much, why would you even do that? There's not even much time to work with. But when you've got a policy and you've got less than 12 months to live, I mean, you've got literally 12 months of your life in front of you, there's a lot more options, So.
And I want people to listen up. And I really love my show. And it's not because I love what I do and all that kind of stuff, but I really love the information that what people get here. I think it's really so powerful. And I have one, because I too, like you, I'm older than you, way older than you, but I too am a single mom thinking, wow, what do I do? Because I have nothing in place, nothing. And I think a lot of people, it's a great place to start because God forbid anything happens to you, you get cash. I mean, cash is king.
Tax-free.
Let's talk about that.
That's a crazy thing. So like, I kind of want to just capitalize first really quick about the living benefits. So chronic illness, you know, as we're aging, right? You know, if we have 2 out of the 6 activities that we can't do, as far as bathing, continence, dressing, eating, toileting, and transferring, you get to access your living benefits while you're still living. So it acts like a long-term care product, even though it's not. Critical illness, heart attack, stroke, cancer, even ALS, 13 triggers. I mean, I actually get to make the decision. I don't know if we're going to need it, because you're youngest and healthiest. And that's even for a 65-year-old. I'm telling you, it's strategies are out there to protect people and set things up to protect them. And then the other is 30 days out from a traumatic, you know, when you're going to need it. Well, we all don't know when we're going to have that traumatic situation when we need life insurance. It does operate just like a traditional life insurance as well. So, you know, it goes to the beneficiaries if you don't make it, right? The other thing that's so powerful behind this is it acts as a tax-free retirement vehicle. And you are in charge of your own cruise ship. That's what's so amazing about this too. I show strategies even to millennials. I'm saying, look, you're so young right now, to someone who's in their 60s and showing them in the 70s about how this is an opportunity to help, you know, redirect or do things so that way they can create an opportunity for tax-free income. Because anything from life insurance is tax-free.
And what I love about you is you're so educational. That's what you want, is to educate people to understand what this is all about. You have a website that you wanted to get out, legacyliving.info, if I'm correct. Is that how
Yes,
that
yes,
is?
yes. So,
That's where they can find out more about you. Let's talk about it.
yeah, so legacyliving.info. So, you know, let's say you wanted to find out, well, what is this life insurance policy that she's talking about? Even there's information about annuities and your 401ks and your IRAs. I work with all of that as far as creating an opportunity to preserve wealth. With this day and age, with the market influx, oh my gosh. I mean, that's the other thing I'm seeing, and I'm just like, there's vehicles out there that I have access to that I get to educate people about how they can actually protect and preserve and not be subject to the volatility of the market, and actually only, you know, only experience growth, irregardless of what's going on with the market.
Well, you know, it's important for people to, you know, let's look at other avenues, is what this is all about. Don't just be stuck in your own thoughts, because you know what, like I said before, you don't know what you don't know. Go up on the website and learn a little bit about you, her, also learn about the different vehicles that she has for people. It's legacyliving.info. I want you to talk about this, the tickets that you got that you brought in that you're doing a giveaway. Check it out. This is them. Go ahead and tell them all about them.
So I talked about the, you know, what was my passion and what's prompted me. This is one of those things. So I watched a movie called The Power of Zero. The Tax Train is Coming. And I watched that in 2019. And that really got me really clear that I needed to take action for myself. And I have a message to deliver to other families and individuals and even business owners. Yeah, they go to, it's actually legacyliving101.com, legacyliving101.com, because I feel like that's where it begins, 101. And they will actually get access to the movie itself. It's normally $19 that they would have to pay for, but they get access to it, free access, by registering on there to get access to that movie. And they can watch it as many times as they want.
You can go up there or call me, and I'll give you the tickets for free.
Yes.
Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. The website that she is referring to is, where did I write it? legacyliving101.com. Go up there, check out. You get to see the video, the movie right there. It's $20 for free. It's virtual, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's legacyliving101.com. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to keep on talking. I wanted to now I forgot, it dropped out of my mind. Let me think about it for a minute. With the forget it. I can't. It's gone. I'll find it. It'll come back. So let's talk a bit more about the life insurance. I know. So I think a lot of people who are older like me feel like, ugh, I'm too old. It's going to now cost me too much. I think
well, if I'll share a strategy.
Would it be okay if we talked a little bit?
I'll share a specific story and strategy,
Mm-hmm.
and it was moving her 401k into an annuity, and then it's her required minimum distribution is funding her life insurance policy that she didn't have.
Now, let me ask you a question here. Are we getting to everything so far?
I mean, I covered everything.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure because you have a lot of words there that I can't see. So would you be okay if we talked a little bit about that? I wanted to say something about that, and for me, I feel that even though it's not super low, it's not super high either, it's affordable, and I'm so happy to have it rather than not. Is that okay for you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's true.
Yeah, well, because you pay 1 month in, I mean, it's instantly approved.
Right.
And if you have a $500,000 policy and you pay one payment, I mean, what's your ROI?
Right.
Return on investment, right? That's
Right.
what I think. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, and we can talk about that because I think a lot of people say that. I know my when I was talking to my ex and who I might introduce you to too, he kept on saying that when I'm older, I'm not as healthy, and it's going to be
I mean, there's granted it does go based on health and it costs, but there's also other products out there that there's solutions. I have probably the broadest opportunity to get somebody covered. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know that you're doing something on YouTube, and that's great. But can you imagine being able to do something more?
Oh no, I totally agree with you.
I want to talk to you about that at some point.
Okay. How am I doing?
Great.
Okay, thank you.
So,
Well, and what's also too is I like the fact that it is that I have it. I can relate a little bit too.
Yeah.
So welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Michelle Noel, and she is an independent life insurance agent. And we've been talking at the break a little bit about people and their thoughts about all of this. And wake up, America. Honestly, you've got to look at different avenues and don't be closed-minded to things. You have to, have a conversation. You can do free consultations with people. Her phone number direct is 602-935-4333. If you want to learn about her and her products that she talks about, you can go up on her website, which is legacyliving.info. You can go there and check her out there. Also, you can get the free tickets for this. The movie is called The Power of Zero. The tax train is coming. It's a powerful movie. If anybody wants to go up online and check it out, she's giving away tickets for free. It's a virtual movie, so you can go up there. It's a $20 value, free to you. And she's saying everyone should really just watch this movie, and you'll get an idea of really kind of what's really coming. The website to go for that is legacyliving101.com. You can also call me, and I'm going to let everyone just keep on calling and get these tickets. I think everyone should have it and take a look at this movie. Again, it's virtual, so you can do it right online. The number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Now, I want to talk about what we were talking about at the break, because I think this is really important. A lot of people think that because they're, let's say, 62, 63, whatever your age is, that you should have done this a long time ago, so now I'm not going to even bother. I disagree. Go ahead.
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing because, I actually have a phrase, if you only knew what I know. If you only knew what I know. There's access out there, and I have access to that, being an independent life insurance agent, to a multitude of different brokers, which is why I love doing this. And I'm super passionate about it because when I was in the mortgage world, I was a mortgage broker, and it gave me opportunities to be able to find solutions for my clients. And that's what I'm here for, is creating strategies that are going to be able to protect you know, 54, 64, 74, you know, I look at, it doesn't matter what the health situation is, if I can figure it out and find a solution, I'm going to do that, because that's what I'm here for, is I care and I'm passionate about people. It breaks my heart to see families that are impacted financially when there was a solution. And they didn't have to worry about their retirement getting wiped out to cover medical bills. You know, having, like I said, with the realtor background and having clients call me up and say, you know, I need to look at selling my house because I'm dealing with medical and I can't afford it. And I'm like, you can't afford not to sell your house. Rent out that room because, you know, rents have gone up, et cetera, but you need to do everything you can to maintain that home ownership. And bankruptcies, you know, 60% of those bankruptcies are all medical related. You know, foreclosure, same thing. The client that I talked to you about, you know, when she lost her home, she was a major breadwinner for the family. And if she would have had this, it would have paid off the mortgage. Would have paid it off, would have, you know, put them in a really great position. But to share a specific strategy, you know, my stories are what hit home. You know, I have a client of mine who didn't really understand what was going on, you know, with her inherited IRA that she got. And she says, is there anything that you could do to help me out with this? Because I don't understand. I know that I think I'm losing money in it because of the market. It took a hit. This was in March, right? And I said, okay, so let me come up with some solutions. So I did. And she didn't have a life insurance policy. And she's in her mid-60s. And I ended up setting her up where the required minimum distribution actually is funding her life insurance policy that she did not even have. So not only did I secure and preserve her current product, you know, policy, that her IRA, and moved it into something that was going to actually not even lose a single penny, but always have growth, even if it was just 0.25%, have access to it, get the required minimum distribution, and have that required minimum distribution fund a life insurance policy that was giving her at $250,000 that she had nothing. She had nothing. And if she needed to access it because she had health issues, whether it's 5 years from now or 10 years from now or 15 years from now, she's protected.
It's amazing. Now, again, her phone number direct, she does free consultations. You work nationwide as well.
Yes.
And that phone number is 602-935-4333. Check out her website that, you know, if you want to learn a little bit more about her and some of the products that she's referring to, it's legacyliving.info. Also, you can go to get the movie tickets, because let me tell you something, this is a very powerful movie. It's The Power of Zero. The tax train is coming. Tell them a tiny bit about it. Why was it so powerful for you?
You know, I'm sitting in a movie theater and I'm watching this, and David McKnight wrote the book The Power of Zero, and Doug Orchard actually partnered up with him. David McKnight is on a crusade, and he's about educating, you know, the nation. There's politicians out there, and you know, major well-known financial accountants and CPAs that are also blowing the whistle and saying, you guys, you need to wake up, America, because, you know, where we think that our United States should, you know, have it figured out, they don't. Unfortunately, we're in the trillion. You know, our deficit's in the trillions right now, and it's going to impact our Social Security, our taxes in the future. And again, I'm all about preservation. And I look at this and I'm going, you watch that movie, you cannot put your head in the sand. You cannot. You're going to realize that you need to take action, whether it's with another, you know, financial advisor or, you know, a life insurance agent. And I really recommend that you diversify yourself and get knowledge from both sides, financial advisors and life insurance agents, because financial advisors do not know what life insurance agents know.
And you said that if only people knew what you know.
I'm telling you, I mean, I'm talking to even accountants and CPAs that don't even know about a tax code that protects corporations and gives them an opportunity to have access to this and write it off and not have to pay the taxes to that.
There are so many things to talk about, honestly, and with this, and I know you're passionate. I can see it and I can feel it from you. You exude it. And this movie that she wants everyone to take a look and watch it. It's called The Power of Zero. The tax train is coming, and you can go ahead and get right up online by going to legacyliving101.com, and you can watch it right there. But you can also call me and get the tickets from me. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free is 1-866-536-1100. I personally think that we all have to sort of take charge of our own selves. And even if you have financial advisors and you all have people, that you're listening and talk to, we really need to start to sit down and think and listen to some of these things that people are saying, and not just turn it away. Maybe your politics thinks you shouldn't do this or that, or whatever in your mind you might have old thoughts. Us older folks are kind of stuck in our ways. But I really feel that, especially, I'm going to implore, is that right? People, women out there, especially,
Yes.
and there's men too that are also. Look what happened in the last with the crash that happened. There's so many of the older people who have lost jobs. I know a lot of them that
Well, even their savings that they
all
built up in their IRAs and 401ks, and it
gone.
disappeared,
They're gone.
just overnight.
Good things happen. And I mean, I was going to say I said it the wrong way. Bad things happen to good people. But we have to take charge of our lives, and we have to sit and listen to some of this stuff. Have a conversation with her. It's a free conversation just to have, and find out maybe there's an avenue, something that she has, because she would, if you only knew what she knew, can tell you that you might listen, hear something, and say, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But you don't know until
Knowledge
you know.
is power. If you don't, and awareness is key. Like, if you don't increase your awareness, that's why that movie is so important to me. It wakes you up. And when you have awareness, then you now realize you got to start creating preparedness.
Right. And I want to go back to the women out there too. And there's women who are widows, and who really, oh my God, a lot of people out there that have had that happen, and now they have no idea what to do. And they're if they only knew what they could possibly get. And I really quickly want you to tell them about the money issue, because I said a lot of people might feel like, oh my God, I don't want to pay that money. It's going to be too much money because now I'm 60 years old or whatever. And what you said about
Well, I've been a broker, basically, with the background. I have access to all these different companies that are out there. And what I look at is, if there's a solution out there to make it work, I will find it. If it's not there, then I can't find it. But at least you attempt it. But if you don't attempt it, you don't have anything to protect yourself.
what about the return on investment? What we talked
yeah.
about? I have to bring that up.
I think you make one payment. Your policy's issued, and you have a $250,000 or $500,000 or $1 million policy, and you have to take action. You have to
One payment, ladies and gentlemen, one payment.
I mean, what's your? You can't say ROI because it's not supposed to be an investment, but
But
honestly,
think about it.
it's the point is that you're protected from day one once you're approved and you made your premium payment.
Now, again, her phone number to call is 602-935-4333. She works nationwide. She does free consultations. And you can check her out on her website and see all of the information that she's speaking of right here, which is legacyliving.info. You can also go and get the tickets. We've got the tickets for me. You can also just call me and get them right here. See, I got them right there. We're live on Facebook, so I'm just shaking my hand right there. And you can call in here and get the tickets for me. It's 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also go and watch the movie. This is a $20 value free to you or anyone that you know. And she says it's the most powerful movie she's ever watched ever. It's LegacyLiving101.com. What are your final words?
I just, like I said, awareness is key, and I'm really big on. I know I keep saying it over and over again. This is why I invested in getting this movie out there to as many families as I can, individuals. You have to become aware and then become prepared.
Well, this movie is called The Power of Zero. The Tax Train is Coming. It's a powerful movie that everyone should be watching. I don't care how old you are. And you could go up online and watch it right there. It's a $20 value free to you. The website is legacyliving101.com. She calls it that because that's what she does. She educates people out there. You can call me at 602-277-5369 and toll free is 1-866-536-1100. Check her out. It's legacyliving.info.